Savannah Chrisley reveals if she'd return to Special Forces. Savannah Chrisley has revealed if she would return to Special Forces. World's toughest test. She was on the show at one point. However, her time there did not last long when she decided to leave. Fans have been wondering if she would ever return. Well, she has revealed the answer. Keep reading to find out more. Savannah Chrisley drops out of competition early. Savannah Chrisley was on Special Forces. World's toughest test. The show takes your favorite TV stars and puts them through the toughest challenges mentally and physically. However, Savannah dropped out during the third episode. She was not comfortable there. Her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, are in federal prison and were when she went on the show. However, she is the legal guardian of her two younger siblings, Chloe and Grayson. So when she was on the show, all she could think about was getting back to her siblings. This is what she did, and fans were shocked that she gave up. Would she ever return to Special Forces? Savannah Chrisley has revealed if she would return to Special Forces. Now that Savannah knows what to expect, she would love to go and compete again. However, there is no word of a reunion season using people from previous seasons. That does not mean it could not happen in the future. Savannah is currently doing better than she ever has. However, she is still trying to get her parents out of prison. It seems as though Savannah would love to return to the show. She now knows what to expect, so she is more ready than ever. However, there has not been a reunion season yet. That may be in the cards for the future. Savannah Chrisley sat on a plush white couch in her Nashville home, her blonde hair pulled back into a sleek ponytail as she stared into the camera lens. This wasn't just another casual Instagram live session. This was where she'd finally answer the question that had been swirling among fans for weeks. Would she return for another grueling season of Special Forces? World's toughest test. As the comments rolled in, hearts flooding the screen, fans begging for a definitive answer, Savannah took a deep breath. She had spent months reflecting on her time in the competition, the moments that had pushed her to her limits, the drills that had left her gasping for breath, and the emotional weight of being tested like never before. "All right, y'all," she finally said, cracking a smile. "I see all your questions. So, would I do Special Forces again?" She paused, letting the suspense build. The answer is maybe. The comment section exploded. Some fans cheered, others pleaded for her to confirm outright, and a few skeptics questioned why she'd even consider putting herself through such an ordeal again. After all, her first season on the military-inspired reality competition had been anything but a walk in the park. She had endured sleepless nights in harsh conditions, dragged herself through mud and freezing waters, and had faced grueling challenges that left her body aching for days. But the mental and emotional battles had been even more intense. "I won't lie to y'all," Savannah continued. "That experience broke me down in ways I never expected, but it also built me up in ways I never imagined." She leaned forward, her eyes gleaming with intensity. "You'll know what I've been through these past few years. Losing my dad and mom to the prison system, raising my younger brother and sister, dealing with the public eye while trying to hold everything together. Special Forces wasn't just a competition for me. It was a way to prove to myself that I could handle anything life threw at me." Savannah recalled one moment in particular that had stuck with her. It was during one of the most brutal drills, hauling a weighted rucksack up an unforgiving mountainside in the dead of night. Every step felt like an eternity, her muscles screaming in protest. But quitting wasn't an option. It wasn't just about her anymore. "I remember thinking, if I can do this, if I can push through this pain, then I can handle anything back home." That mindset had carried her through, not just on the show, but in real life. When she came back to Nashville after filming, she felt different. Stronger. More determined. And while the show's instructors had been ruthless, she actually gained a deep respect for them. "They don't care about your name, your fame, your background," she said. "They strip all that away and make you face yourself. That's what I loved and hated about it. There's no hiding from who you really are when you're out there." As she mulled over whether she'd return for another season, she admitted that part of her was tempted. "I like a challenge," she grinned. "And there's something about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible." But she also acknowledged the toll it had taken. "My body still hasn't fully forgiven me for what I put it through," she laughed, shaking her head. "And y'all, I really like my sleep." The biggest factor, though, was her family. "I have to think about Grayson and Chloe. They need me. If I were to do it again, I'd have to be sure it was the right decision for all of us." Still, she wasn't ruling it out completely. "If the timing is right, if I feel like I have more to prove to myself, then who knows? Maybe I'll be back out there getting yelled at in the mud." The comments surged again, fans expressing their excitement. Some joking that she needed to bring her dad, Todd Chrisley, onto the show when he got out of prison. Savannah chuckled, shaking her head. "Y'all are crazy." "My dad would last 5 minutes before arguing with the instructors." Before wrapping up the live, she took a moment to reflect on what Special Forces had truly given her. "At the end of the day, I learned that I'm way stronger than I thought. And that's something nobody can take away from me." As she logged off, she knew one thing for sure. Whether or not she returned for another season, she had already won the toughest battle of all, proving to herself that she could endure, survive, and thrive, no matter what life threw her way.